Hi everyone, welcome to the website's call. I don't see a lot of newcomers today, so we always begin this call with the introduction of our newest members. So is there anyone on the call who's attending the website's call for the first time? See a lot of familiar faces, but not anyone new. Do we have any newcomers today? Sujay, is this the first time you're attending the call? Yeah, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm just looking for some introduction from the newest members. So you just joined. If you want to, you can go ahead with your introduction and let us know what brings you here. Okay. Cool. So we'll circle back to this once more if other people join. We are a little short on agenda items today. So if anyone else has anything they want to discuss, please add them in. And I'll share the link to the meeting minutes again. So if you're on the call, add your names to the attendees list as well. All right. So I don't think we have anyone from any one of the volunteers from this site on the call today. Let's take up this topic in a while. Let's start with Sahil's topic, which is the integrations collection. I thought we had Sahil on the call. Yes. Sahil, do you want to introduce?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So hello everyone. I'm working on Meshery integration page and I needed some suggestion regarding the design. Also, I'm looking for a few new members to volunteer for the how it works with the Meshery video for each integration. For those who are attending this call for the first time, let me give you a brief idea about what a Meshery integration page is. Machinery is a part of a Layer 5 project. It supports various types of integrations like Docker, Kubernetes, Minikube, etc. Since I can't tell everyone about all the integration that Machinery supports, we need an integration page, which I'm working on. So here's the integration collection page design. You can have a look at it. So I have created a new design for the honeycomb thread. You can tell me which one you guys prefer. Like this was the new design and this is the old design. So can tell me about that. So now coming to the individual integration page, I need a suggestion for the hero design. If you have like any idea which could help me to make a hero section look even better, then please do share it. Um, Also, as I mentioned earlier, I was looking for some new member to help me make a video on how it's work with the machine for each integration page. So after this meeting, I will create a detailed issue in the repository. And, so if you have anything, we can discuss in the chat too. So that's it from my side. If you guys have any suggestion regarding the design or anything, then do let me know. Thank you.
Okay. So how many of you vote for the first design, the one which we have on the site right now? I think you can raise your hands if that helps. I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How many of you prefer the new design? The one you were just showing. Okay. So I think we'll go with the new design.
Okay.
Cool.
Now Now coming to the hero session, you have any ideas? Then
Here, can you present your design also?
yeah, sure.
Okay. So, you were
This
looking
one.
for volunteers to make the site, or did you mean the
And
video?
only the video part. Like, and for the design, if you guys have suggestion, you can suggest. For video, I will be needing also volunteers.
So, let's not like pause the page because like till we have the videos. Let's work on the page first because
Yeah,
every
that's my
every
plan only.
yeah.
It will be on hold, when it will be all complete, then I will just enable that section.
Okay. So, any ideas for uh, the homepage banner? Anyone on the call? No one? But I think we should keep it pretty simple. Like it doesn't have to be a very attractive looking banner. This is okay. Uh, I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, I think we can live with this. Like, if there are any requirement for updation, we can do it later on once the things are in place already.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Let's start working on it, and later, if uh, we find anything else, we can take it. So, will
sure.
you be working on? I think we also needed collections. Like on our last call, Lee suggested that you make collections like the one we have for blogs and member profiles and everything. That sort of a thing for every collection, right? For every integration, right?
I didn't attend in the previous call, so I don't have any
No, no.
idea about
The
that.
call you had with Lee to review your page. I like you had a call with me and Lee long back.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, sure. I will just add that
My
in.
confusion, just clear it out. Like I don't wanna confuse you even more. So basically, what I was saying is, on the site, like for various blogs and resources, and even the member profiles that you have, we maintain a separate collection. Like we have folders specific to each person or each like blog post that we have. So that is the way we are going with each integration, right? So you'll make a separate folder, MDX file for each integration, and we'll go forward with the template like we do for the other collections. Like I just want to know how you're going to proceed with the design that you have.
Basically, I will be taking the argument from the user side. When they click, I will be just grabbing this thing, and simply I will just change a few words at the mentioned in the thing. Like we will need to change only few text like this part Kubernetes and Kubernetes from here with the new integration name, and I have to change the icons and take the argument thing. That's how I'm thinking. Like.
All right. So cool. Then we'll circle back to this topic once you have started working on it then, and then you
Yeah,
can tell
sure.
us the approach you take up. And about the
Yeah, sure.
homepage, yeah, Nikhil, you were saying something.
So I was just saying that, like, instead of creating a JS file or a file which will have an object for each of the integrations, create an MDX file with front matter for each of the data. Like the body should have the about section of the integration, and there could be front matters for each feature as well as the title for the integration. So when you click on the respective integration on the main page, you can get the integration name from there and just pass it down to the other page where you will be comparing it with the GraphQL data that you will be getting by running a static query. And you can compare and just use that particular data to show on the page. If we're using similar
Okay.
formats for blogs as well, many other places, not only for blogs, you can check out the code and you will get an idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, if I have any query, I will ask you, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, and about the home page, like with the new design, will you be taking it forward or should we open a issue for someone else to do it?
For now, like, I'm gonna focus on this page only. When it will be done, after that, I will tell you. So you can open a new issue for that, I guess.
All right. You can do it as well. Share the link to the design and uh, some other contributor can take it up.
Okay.
Also, did you decide on what the hover effect will be like? I think we wanted like I think a slight elevation and a read more button or something of that sort on clicking the integrations, or will it be a simple
Uh,
hover and take it to a new page?
yeah. Like I had some ideas about how it gonna be on Hopwell. I was thinking of something like that, or like this transition, this type of.
How about the flip you were talking about, like on
Uh,
the
uh,
page? Because with the icon and things, these are quite small. If you have
yeah,
text with the icon, I think it'll look a little bit clumsy if you don't
yeah.
make.
Actually, if I do the flip animation, then I will be needing a very small content for the each part, and like it will make things messy, I guess. Or like we can add a one like learn more thing, button and like all the page integrations, like this one.
Any other feedback? Anyone else?
You don't
Or I
need a
guess
learn
can
more
we
text. Who was this? Yeah, come on, go ahead. No problem.
yeah, I was just saying that can we add something like on hovering it will the icon that is currently small it will grow in size and some text if we have to add we can add there. Hello, was I
So
clear?
yeah, so my major concern is since it's like a hexagonal shape, if
Yeah,
you put text
so
in there, it might not look good. That's what I was thinking.
mm,
All right,
So
so
what I was saying is basically the other design that you had, which there wasn't a border in case. Like as of now, the current design will have a border. So on hover, you could remove the border in the same animation that is there in the fiddle that you showed, and have the background color changed. That's
Okay,
with the cursor changing to a pointer. No need to add a text such as learn more also. Just having the cursor change to a pointer will let the user know that it is clickable. That's a basic
okay,
user experience. So you can try something like that as well.
yeah, okay.
okay. Any other feedback? Anyone else? If you have any ideas, like I think he was asking for volunteers to work with the video and for helping with the banner. So if you have any ideas, reach out to Sahil, or you can just like chat in the public spaces in the website channel as well, for all of us to be aware of it. All right. No other suggestions or feedback? Assuming. Cool. So next up, it's Nikhil's topic. Nikhil, will you share your screen? Or should I?
You can show this. Like, there isn't much as such, so you can show. So basically, it's been a long time since we have upgraded our Gatsby version. They are doing it at a rapid pace, but we are not following it up. So yeah, it was a long pending item, and now we have the site using Gatsby, the latest Gatsby version that is 4.19.2. It comes up with few of the enhancements, especially to how the site builds up. That is, they have introduced a few major changes. One of them being the parallel query running, which will basically execute the queries that you have for each of the MDX files which are there in the Gatsby Node.js to execute in parallel to speed up the build process. As well as if you use Gatsby Cloud or any other Node.js environment to host your site, you can use deferred static generation to defer the pages that you don't have traffic regularly. So that would also improve the build time message. So yeah, apart from this, there were also all the other plugins were also upgraded to the latest one, which would give us the flexibility of the new features that they come up with. That's the nature of the test. There was one issue with one of the image plugins that it was generating uh, downloading the images twice, one in the WebP format, another in the basic format that they had, but it has been now been resolved in the latest update. So yeah, that's all in the update.
So talking about downloading the images twice, I think we still have a problem with the video, and this is like a huge size for the video. So on PageSpeed Insights, it shows that the video that we have in the banner, it's getting downloaded twice now. So Sahil, I think you were looking into this. Even Nikhil was. I did not look at the thread properly, but did you get to know why this is happening?
Yeah, I searched about it, but I wasn't able to find anything that can help to remove that.
So, like this is an issue which any one of you on the call can take a look at. Like we don't want it to be like downloading twice, and right now it seems like it is. So even I'm not sure of what's causing this, but if anyone on the call can take a look and fix it, like it'll be great. Just wanted to point this out. The link to the report is over here. All right. So next up, we have Harshit's topic, the dark theme. So Harshit, is it finalized? Is it ready to merge now?
Yes, sir, it's ready to merge state now. All the queries and the recommendation have fulfilled that. So yeah, we can merge this today.
Okay. So even the like contributing instructions, did you update all of it?
Yes, sir, the contribution, blocks are basically all updated now.
Okay. Cool. So like, did you update the contributing instructions for blogs and everything as well? Because since we have a new compulsory field, dark thumbnail, we'll have to include it in all the templates as well. So you've added it to all the templates, right?
Yeah, I changed the templates basically, event templates and every template we have that of a blog article. So it's I added a dark thumbnail section in the samples. So I think everyone can get it, but how to just write a blog in this.
All right, great. So for everyone else on the call, you can give this one final review. And hopefully like this has a ton of reviews, but since it's a completely new version of it, like it could have some bugs, which we'll probably keep finding once it is merged as well. But if you can find it now, then like more trouble for Harshit, but it'll be good for us. Okay. So wow, we're just half an hour in. Any other topics if you guys have, please add it to the meeting minutes. Like I can't talk a lot about all these. Right. Next up, we have this topic. Harkirat, I think you added this in. Do you wanna like brief us about the issue?
Yeah, this is great. You can just open that issue.
Yeah.
So this system channel docs are really outdated, and for people who is working on this, you can refer to system context docs to have a brief overview what changes are required. It's a pretty small issue.
Okay, so this is open for volunteers, right? You have one volunteer, Kamal, who's on the call. All right, great. Cool. So next up, Kamal, do you have any updates on this site as well? We can take it up now if you do.
No, for now I don't have cause of some exams, but I will soon have in a day or two.
All right. So next, let's hear from Yash, updates on the restructuring branch.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Cool.
So hopefully my screen is visible. I started working on the performance profile page as of now, and I have added a button for now to test all the states. This is the empty state of a performance profile, as most of you know, and I've added all the flip cards. I have to add the currently the modal is not that good. I have to work on that, and I've also added the tab, so you can check out the PR. It's currently a draft. I have not made a full PR right now, so you can check my PR for now. But there are other PRs which need to get merged fast, because these components are being used on other components like the design card. This is an urgent, not urgent, of high priority of merging. So if you can take a look at this, it would be really helpful. And please also take a look at all the other open PRs of the refactor. And if anyone else wants to work on it, please contact me. I guess I can find you components for you to work on. And does anyone also else have any updates on the restructuring? I guess Kubernetes, he was working, and Leonard I think is not on the call right now. So I guess that's all from me.
So yeah, good update on the UI refactoring. So do you have any progress or any update on theming, how we are proceeding with that on Meshery UI?
On the theming, I made a PR for upgrading to 5 version MUI 5 for theming. I removed the function which was enabling us to use MUI 4 theming in MUI 5, and to make a full-fledged theme that to be work on the whole UI, we must have to update it on every component. Making a big PR for it might be a little difficult, as I might miss many of the components. So making changes to a theme while making the components would be easier and better, I guess.
Yeah, and like what about the docs you were writing about how to proceed with the theme?
Yeah, let me check. I think I wrote half a doc. I will complete it today and share it in the Meshery UI
Yeah,
channel.
you can share it in the Meshery UI channel.
Yeah.
Yes, can you talk about the pending features, like about the remaining features that are yet to be assigned to anyone? We have a couple of newcomers on the call, so I think if they're interested, you can give a brief overview of what's left.
Yeah. So most of the work is done. What we can work on is the service mesh interface page. We can break down into small components and work on that, and the filters page. So
Do you have all these in the state manager, the spreadsheet?
yeah, I will illustrate it right now only, and I can assign them to the others.
Yeah, Nikhil has a question that what does the QW, like I didn't notice.
I just I just added the button for checking both the states. I added it to assigning the data for the list. Just to test if both the state, the empty state and the filled data state works.
Okay, but what does QW symbolize?
No, I just made a button to test it. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
add,
It's just a
yeah,
dummy button to test it. Okay.
yeah,
You can simply write your button itself, right?
yeah.
You wrote
It's a
QW.
button.
I hope you haven't pushed that in the PR for review.
No.
Correct. That means we are in testing stage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other updates from
Just
like
one thing, regarding the restructuring part, I need to add. Like, I see a lot of PRs is open for a very long time, and since I know this restructuring is going for it's been going for a very long time, so why are we keeping so many PRs on hold? Like, we can merge those PRs, considering that's still a separate branch, and keep doing changes in iteration instead of keeping so many components on hold. If there are no major, issues on the PR itself. If there are small issues like icon changes or color changes, that could be done in multiple iterations as well, instead of keeping the PRs long. Like, I see there are PRs which are 1 month old, but as Yash added that those are important components as well. So that could be merged if it looks fine. Like, that's my only suggestion. Rest of it.
Yeah, Nikhil is absolutely right. So yeah, we need to like push more on reviewing the PRs, so you all can like have a quick review on PRs.
Yeah, the only reason they are kept open is because no one's reviewing them.
Yeah.
There's no other reason than that. So if we can get the reviews done on all of them, then we can merge all of them today.
And like since we are on on this website call and we have some time, so if anyone is interested in Meshery UI refactoring, so you can just send a message in Slack Meshery UI channel that hey, I'm interested in this particular component, or you can just fill in your name in the state management tracker which Yash has just shared in chat, I guess. So yeah, your help would be very much appreciated.
And yes, you can go annoy people to come review your PRs as well, because the more longer you keep them open, like it'll be difficult for you to work on it as well. A lot of merge conflicts and stuff will arise. Okay. So, oh, we have a new. This is new. Okay, so maybe go on with your topic.
Well, yeah, I'll just share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have been working on the sorting of these tables. Like we have a compatibility matrix in which we store all the E2E tests and show the results of the E2E test to the user. So we also have a way to see all the past results in a single page. So so the task was to sort all the past results according to the different column fields that we have. Like we sort basis on the version or the component version or the server version or the mesh version. So yeah, that was what I have like achieved. I used a framework of table sorter framework in jQuery, and the sorting feature is now like working. So my question was that do we need the sorting feature in initial integration test result page in table or not. Because my reason of thinking of not putting it here was that since we only show the recent tests that we perform, we only show the recent tests that we perform. So like I don't think there was a need to put sorting in this table. So if anyone suggests me other than that, like why we should keep or why should not, then it would be great.
So this is the table that has all the tests consolidated, right?
Yeah, we show only the latest test that runs according to the version, like Edge and the stable version. So these are only the latest tests.
I mean, to remain consistent, we should probably have a sort in them, right? So that it's like, it'll be weird if only one of these tables don't have a sort and all of the others do.
Oh, okay. So like all the table in the doc should have a sorting field.
Yeah, like
right?
all the, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay, to maintain similarity.
To remain consistent. Yeah. Any other thoughts? I'm like, this is my opinion. If anyone else thinks something else.
All right. Seems okay. Then I'll just put the sorting in this table as well then.
All right. Anything else, Aditya?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Right. So we have a new topic by Kamal. Suggestions too. Okay, you can go ahead with this. You want to open this link, or will you share your screen?
I will share my screen.
Okay.
So I hope my screen is visible.
Not yet.
Is it
Okay.
visible?
It is.
So
Go ahead.
I needed a very quick suggestion. Yeah. Yeah. So I needed a very quick suggestions over this, that if we have like in the documentation part, I guess like the person who has just built it, like, was this intentional? Like if we hover on any link, it just gets this link over this overlaps. So I guess this was intentional, or this needs to get changed. So Lee suggested me that we can move this the overlapping either on the left side or the right side. So any suggestions over that?
Yeah, like we can prevent the overlap by like just moving that icon a little bit on this side of the
Yeah,
okay.
on the left side.
Yeah, Lee is telling you to like check real quick if this happens on all the other pages as well.
Yeah, so no, actually it just happens when we search something. So in the search results, it just happens. So like he suggested that we can either move it on the right side or on the left side. So he
No,
was on
if
the
you go to
path of
any other
moving it.
page, if you go to any other page with a bullet,
Yeah, like
is it a similar behavior?
no, it will work fine. Just like
So, like, the attachment icon basically comes when you have a ID attached with it. It's like it's basically used to navigate to that particular section.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it won't be having an attachment icon coming up. So if we want to keep like that is the attachment icon, I'm not sure if we can control it via CSS, but you can check that out because that is not like something done manually in the code, but it is like a browser feature.
Okay.
Because if suppose if you hover on that link, it should, yeah, for example, that has an ID. So let me check that out. But yeah, I think that is by
But
default for
it,
that's a browser behavior, but you can still check out
okay.
if there's a way to hide it.
Okay. So you mean that we should hide it, right?
If it's
Or probably
overlapping
to
with
move
the
it.
bullet icons, then we should. Or another possibility is you could increase the spacing between the current positioning of the list basically, so that the attachment icon is also visible and the bullet icons as well.
Okay. Clicking on the attachment icon just moves it on the top. Like if I click on EKS, then it just moves on the top. Okay, so yeah, I got it. I will check this out.
We announced his presence. Nice. So yeah, you can do that. Like either shift it a bit right, because if you click on it, you will get like it will basically move to that particular section where the attachment icon is. So yeah, that could be. Or possibly another solution is I think this is happening if only for the search button, then probably the code which is like providing the search results, that must be adding the search or the title link for that particular link to the individual outputs that we get. You can remove that in the JS file itself, because from the like screen what I'm getting, it is happening dynamically based on the results, and it is not something added by default. So you can test out that.
Yeah, okay. Then
All right. Moving on. For Meshery.io, so there's a request for a fresh design for the site. So I think a couple of people have, I think Shuvra is one of the people who said he will be working on it. Like we need a new design for this. So if anyone else over here on the call, if you're interested in designing this new site, you can volunteer right now. You can volunteer on Slack. It'll be a fresh design, like there's no work done on it yet. So yeah, I think it'll have all the similar pages, blogs, service mesh interface and everything. Or is it just the home page that needs? I think the entire site has to be designed, right, Lee? If I'm not wrong. Or were you talking about only the home page?
Yeah, for the most part, the goal is to help visitors understand that Meshery does a lot of Kubernetes cluster management, a lot of management for service meshes, performance management, and that like performance management and Kubernetes cluster management and workload management of like designing the workloads that go onto your cluster, those that isn't necessarily well articulated. If I was a site visitor, I would probably assume that I need to be running a service mesh in order to gain a lot of value from Meshery, and that's not the case. But we're not telling that story. So like visually, the site could look much similar, much like it is now. Potentially it could change. The more that changes, the longer it takes, the more that bugs are introduced, the more that the rest of the site needs to change so that it can be consistent, all that. Really, it's about the content itself and telling the story of an extensible platform. So we say that at the top, but I don't know that we discuss what extension points are and how they can be used and how they are being used. We highlight the very first feature section, I think, talks about service mesh patterns, and that's great. Those are quite powerful. But if you look at that for a moment, okay, it says it has two hyperlinks. One is to the catalog of service mesh patterns. So that's a great link to be able to let people know there's a ton of content here for them, a ton of value just sitting here waiting to be used. The second link, I think, takes people to like a page that has yet to be written, more or less, or sort of describe service mesh patterns, but not concretely, or not necessarily in a way in which to the end user that they would get it, maybe. And so if you keep going through the site, it's like, it pretty much just says, here, run a service mesh. And that's not true. Even the patterns don't have to be specific to a service mesh. So that's what we're trying to do, is let people know, does Kubernetes manage a Kubernetes cluster? Does it manage more than one? If so, how so? Can it deal with Docker Compose files? Oh, okay. Or Helm charts? Nice. What about, is there an extension for, like a Docker extension for Meshery? Like, there's kind of a long list of things that you all have created or augmented Meshery to do. And we're not telling that story. We're not saying things like, oh, if you can sign in and retain a history of all of your performance tests. And here's what you might want to look at when you look at a performance test. And just like, it's all those things. Yeah. If the site changes if the look of it totally changes, okay. Or if it looks completely the same, but conveys a different value proposition, great. That's the point, is the value proposition.
Okay. Another thing is, on the Meshery page on this site, should we have a new section for extensions, like as mesh map, or like just a call to action will work?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I haven't had a sip of coffee yet, so it's pretty tough. Hold on. It's like, I swear it takes long. Just the older you get, the slower the boot time on your brain. Just like, it's like woo, loading. Fuck. It's like you gotta wipe it and start over and then boot really fast. It's a great question. This section right here, that one, yeah, it's reminiscent of an integrations page, because it starts to talk about how Meshery integrates with Argo CD, or there's an extension into there, or there's integrates with Prometheus, etc. This UI component is a good one for us to take advantage of somewhere on the site, and we take advantage of it here. I thought there might have been one other place, but this might be it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess the short answer is that I was thinking, when you asked the question, I thought you were saying maybe we should displace this UI component with the new, a new section for integrations. And we could, to start with, we might just want to add a section that lets people know there are a bunch of integrations. The section could just be that honeycomb, and yeah, I don't know. There's like multiple right answers here, probably. If you put the honeycomb here,
Okay, I was actually not talking about integrations. I was talking about Meshery is an extensible platform, Mesh Map is an extension. So adding that section over here, or should we just add it over here or a call to action? Like, do we need a separate place for extension?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like an additional entry in this same component, one for extensions like the catalog, the Meshery catalog that people can enable, the mesh map as another extension. Yeah. What else? Like potentially another entry in there could be something about, well, Kubernetes cluster management, could be about Docker Compose support and how to, import those.
We should add the cluster management stuff to the docs as well. I think it is missing on our docs.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So next up, we can take up Rohit's topic. Rohit, do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, so I've been trying to improve the UI of the menu. So this is how it looks now. So before it used to look like this, something like this. The problem I'm facing is to find consistent icons. So what I mean is all icons I'm trying to export it as SVG, but in some I'm just trying to find some platform where they provide icons for free. But to be consistent, some websites have, if you want SVGs, to download SVGs, you have to have the premium version. So I was thinking either, I was about to ask you guys if you guys know another platform, or I was just thinking, just to, just try or just draw everything from scratch in Figma. So what would you guys?
Rohit, you're almost there, right? You only have like 2 icons left. If you need to fill the email, then look in the footer of layer5.io. It's already there. What was the other?
Yeah, like you mentioned that there is no consistency between those icons, right? So between the email blog.
Between those 3 specifically.
Yeah.
So the email icon, there's one inside the layer5.io footer. For blog, I don't know what you're using. Is it like a book or something, or RSS feed? Or... Anyway, I don't think you need a subscription or. Yeah. You can just go fill that in. You can take the blog one that you have right now and go fill it in potentially. I'll do it on the call right now. And then what was the other one?
Yeah.
Programs.
Programs. Yeah.
What's the programs one look like? Okay, so just fill blocks. Okay. Huh. How do you represent a program?
Yep. That's one thing I need to figure out.
We could use a person potentially, to the extent that those are really largely about internships.
Okay.
Okay, so
and also this service mesh icon, it's not black and white, right? So will that be fine if I just plug it in there?
Yeah, you can make it black and white. Do you know? But that's not familiar to you, I suspect. Do you know that you can use a text editor on SVGs? Which is kind of neat. It's just XML. I don't mean to say like it's just XML and that makes it so easy. What I mean to say is that it's not encoded like a rasterized image. Like it's not a set of binary,
Yeah, I just need to change the color right inside the svg.x. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe toss in it some gray, a little bit of, just to help offset the lines and things. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it from me.
nice. Okay, so I took a couple action items there. So okay, blog and programs.
Thank you, Rohit. So we don't have any updates on the service mesh pattern side today. I don't think.
What? I'm sorry to interrupt. Excuse my outburst. That was just my natural reaction. So didn't we have? I thought I understand not everybody. It's fine that like I think if Kamal's here and he's busy on an item and he doesn't have necessarily something to speak to here, that's fine. But there were Bhavya and Pollock. Are they on the call?
No.
No.
I think
Okay.
one of them replied. They said that they can't join today.
Okay,
don't.
and no progress to report either. At some point, you'll have to put on your steel-toed boots, Devilpriya, and say that it's fine if they don't like, if they're going to volunteer and commit, then they should commit. Otherwise, they're squatting where other people might be able to make progress.
Yeah. We also need updates in the design as well. So I think by next week, maybe Shubhra will work on this. Like, I think this is the same thing as we had last week. I don't see any updates today. So
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have so many pages right now.
Sure.
Like,
I mean, it doesn't, it can be we can publish the first page and then work on the second page and then work on those two pages look fairly complete. The main and about.
Yeah.
And then to your point, maybe we never get to the other ones. I don't know. Hopefully. But.
Okay, so that banner reminds me, I have an open PR. So I've basically used, I think Leonard long back, he added a new banner component, but like he used something to optimize the banners and it was done only on the home page. So I've added it to the community page banner as well. And I think the SMP page as well. Yeah, the SMP page banner as well. So it's a small PR. So Nikhil or anyone else, you can review it. And I think Lee has made a couple of changes to the SEO descriptions. So I think that is good to go as well. And yeah, on the SMP one, no difference as such, just using that component throughout the site. And what, oh, okay. And another thing is for the banner, the mesh map banner. In the mobile view, I've added this sort of, but it's grayish because I couldn't find a screenshot properly. So, Lee, do you have like, I just wanted just the elements, not the tooltip, because the tooltip would take up a lot of space. Like that was my idea behind it. And that's why it's a little bit gray because I took the screenshot from the video. If we get a screenshot with the white background completely with the grids off and everything, then I think it'll blend with the background, like the white background. But again, we'll have to change it for dark mode because the dark mode PR is almost there. So we won't be able to use that.
Gotcha.
Or maybe I just keep it blank. Like I thought we shouldn't like remove the picture altogether. I can keep it blank completely.
Yeah, or the white can be instead of it being white, it could be potentially just transparent, and then it would take on the mode that it's in, maybe. Such that, yeah.
Okay, then I'll try to make a picture like that, like with only the elements. And yeah, okay. Yeah, that sort of makes sense. It'll look better as well.
Nice.
All right. So any other topics today? I don't think so.
I missed this earlier, but Subedi, you're done with the compatibility matrix?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that, do we require a sorting on the main integration table as well?
Sure.
And yeah, and so to maintain similarity, we should be having that. That was what was discussed. So yeah, I will be putting that sorting in there also.
Okay, that was it. There wasn't another. It was just a question. So
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Okay. And no changes to the S&P dashboard?
Yeah, no, not as of now, but I'll start working on it.
Are we still in the position where the first set of results is empty?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that thing I'll remove right today also.
Nice. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Did you have something else to say?
Yeah, no, I guess not. I was just thinking, I don't know, Rohit, you might want to, are you interested in the service mesh pattern site?
Yep. Yeah, I was about to say that, but yeah, yeah.
I could
sign me up.
I could sense it, man. I thought you.
So so the banner and navbar were already taken. So if they have updates by next week, good enough. You can take up maybe. Okay, Kamal, did you self-assign the about page?
He can take up the footer. Like, I think the footer only requires a couple of changes in the positioning and such, which could be done iteratively later on as well. He could add the component as of now, and the other changes could be done later.
This isn't the final design to the footer, right?
No, this is not. I think if we had few things that needs to be changed, like adding few more columns because that looks a bit empty. If it, yeah, just like adding a text below the patterns, icon, just like we have for the layer5.io site, which I think he can do by taking a line or two from the about section and add that footer component. Then whatever, like what extra needs to be added, that could be done later.
Okay. Rohit, are you good? Like to take the footer
on? Yeah, I'll take it. Is an issue open? Is there an issue open?
No, not yet.
Cool. So should I create an issue and?
If we have a parent issue for the main page, you could just use that one. Like instead of adding the fixes keyword, you could use the updates keyword.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'll just ping you and follow up.
Right. All right. So I think we're done for today. Right. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining. See you all next week. I'll post the meeting recap and let you know of the action items if you haven't noted them. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye guys. Thank you.
Bye guys.
Thank you.
Bye guys.